Hello, business communication students. It's your instructor, Nate Sharp. I wanted to give you some quick feedback on your very first assignment, your round one discussions that you turned in yesterday, Wednesday. Nice work. A lot of you did videos. I appreciated getting to know a little bit about each of you. I wanted to top line some quick suggestions on the common threads that came up as to why you're all taking a business communications course and specifically some of the things that you wanted to improve. So I took some notes and look for some common threads here, and I'm going to address those real quickly. Before I do that, however, when you see my comments in the grade section on Canvas, you can always look on your grade. Even if you got full points, I encourage you to click on the score, and you'll see my comments underneath that. Note that I oftentimes dictate my comments, so I'm doing the speech-to-text feature in Canvas. So when you get my comments, they might not have any punctuation. They'll just be, lowercase and just a thread of information. I do know how to spell and I do know how to punctuate, but to get you your grading quickly, I like to do speech to text from time to time, and that helps me get the grading back to you. So just know that that's kind of how I do a lot of the feedback piece. Some of the things that came up in your discussions. Why do I want to take this class? I want to get better at speaking in groups and my professional speak, so to speak. So that was a common thread. And one of the things I would suggest there is when you're speaking in groups or being more professional, oftentimes you're going into a meeting setting. And before you go into that meeting, think about what department am I in? What's my role in the company? And as I go into this meeting, what might I be able to contribute? And it can be something small. If you don't know what to say when the football gets handed to you in a meeting, such as, all right, that kind of recaps our key points. Nate, do you have anything you want to add? And I'm kind of a deer in the headlights there. Instead, go back to what you thought about before you went into the meeting. Okay, I'm in the business communications department, and as we're starting this new initiative, I can help the team with setting up Zoom meetings and maybe training the staff on how to run Zoom meetings. So anything you want to add, you can say, I agree with Fred's point about that we'll need to be organized for this project, and I can certainly help with coordinating for the team, setting up Zoom meetings. Just something simple so that you're not stuck there with nothing to say when the football comes your way in a meeting. So that's groups, that's professional speak. Listen more than you talk, obviously. Live presentations came up. I hate public speaking. It is the number one fear, greater than death itself. And I'm an introvert and used to hate public speaking. I was a copywriter early in my career. I just wanted to write. I certainly didn't want to talk to anybody, but it's such a required skill. So to help you with that piece, remember this, it's not about you, it's about the information you want to convey to the audience. So stop thinking about you. I look funny. Is this outfit any good? I'm having a bad hair day. Oh my God, I said the wrong word. Stop self-evaluating and just focus on the information that you want to get out to the audience. It's kind of like if you were in a foreign country and you didn't speak the language and you had an emergency and you had to stop somebody in the street and try to communicate with them. It's very urgent that you get that message out, and you will abandon all forms of self-ego and do what you need to do to communicate your information to the audience on the other end. You'll gesture, you'll point, right? So that's what you're doing even in live presentations. Practice, 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 do lots of live presentations, and it is a time on task skill, and it will get easier, but just focus less on you and more on the information that you want to convey to your audience, and that'll help. Let's see. Persuasion skills. I'd like to be more persuasive. I will put in the announcement for this week a couple samples there. There's lots of good persuasion tips that we get into later in the semester. Even though he's been around a long time, Anthony Robbins actually has some really good persuasive techniques. This is for live presentations, specifically his matching and mirroring techniques. So look for that link in my announcement that'll accompany this video. Let's see, item 4, I'm too young. Well, I'm 55. You'll miss it when it's gone. But more importantly, I will say, don't worry about your age. I looked young early in my career, but you can do things to make yourself look more mature and older, you can wear glasses. The attire that you wear can make you look older. Now I'm doing the opposite. I'm trying to look younger, but it's not a negative, and it's more about how you carry yourself. Again, props can help with glasses and clothing to make you look older if that's something that comes up for you. And then let's see, what else? Interviews. Oh yes, interviews. The MiraCosta Career Center, and I'll put a link in the announcement, has some excellent videos on how to prep for interviews. How to prep for interviews. Just remember this, in a live interview, it's a two-way street. It's not a medical examination. So you should have questions for them, and they're going to have questions for you. And you want to go into that interview, just like I said at the beginning of this announcement, how am I going to contribute to this company? Where can I contribute? And as the interview is progressing, you want to steer the interview towards, here's what I would do in the company. You should have researched the job description, know exactly what they expect you to do, have thought about how would I actually contribute, looked at competitors, have some ideas. And as soon as you can steer that interview towards the discussion around, here's what I would actually do, you're usually hired at that point. So just remember, it's a two-way street. You have questions for them just as well. So it's not about, am I good enough? It's an interview. It's a consideration. Okay. All right. And then lastly, the whole piece is about what skills would be required to be successful in this new CV-19 post-COVID-geddon economy. Things are lighting back up, so that's good news. But yes, telecommuting skills like getting good on Zoom, recording videos, those are going to be essential. Even if things do get fully back to where they were, I imagine there's going to be a large number of companies that will realize we need to change our business model. We don't necessarily need a corporate office. We can have the majority of our staff work from home. We don't need to pay these exorbitant rental fees for a corporate office building. So this kind of communication that we're doing right now, Zoom sessions, recorded information, is really going to be an ongoing piece. So it's good to start learning those skills now. All right, most of you are working. Glad to see that. Hopefully we can directly apply your skills to your job. If you have anything specific you want to learn, or hey, I'm coming up with an interview next week, can you look at my resume? Happy to do it. Most of all, I love the mix of students that we have in the class. I think we're going to have a really good summer. Any questions, you can hit me on the Canvas inbox, which is on the far left in your Canvas screen on the vertical blue menu. There's an inbox feature. Click on that, send me a message, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. All right, welcome to the course. Have a great day. Bye-bye.